Namaste everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I want to talk about more astrology, yes. And I want to talk about the last full moon energy, especially as it is activating the gate of men, boom, and the gate of God, booyah. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if we have some people that want to hear about this spiritual understanding, okay, that we actually see manifested in the actual sky. If you're looking at, some of you, if you are advanced in astrology, you're not going to see the placement of the planets according to Western. This is Vedic astrology, aka true sky, where we really have the planets in the sky when we look up, okay? So that full moon in Gemini, really, it was in the last degrees of Taurus, okay? I really felt that I wanted to talk about this topic, but I needed the map, whatever was going on, so you can understand what you're seeing in the sky. And I took the background on purpose, and I've always been obsessed. I don't know, some of you, let me know if you've been obsessed with the Milky Way. Since I'm a child, this fracture here, this roadmap of gathering of stars has always been something that fascinates me. And it seems that in my astrology, it makes sense. I do have a stellium, which is a gathering of 3 planets in this line, okay? So some of you, if you have ever been really like looking at the sky as a child and being called to the Milky Way, you might have a connection to the galactic center, to the portal here between the gate of men and the gate of God. Okay, so the concept here that we're seeing in the sky, it seems that scientifically, okay, in the galactic center where you can see it around here, it's supposed to be the place where the Big Bang happened. So the center of creation, that everything was created from that point. And we can see this fracture in the sky, and it is represented here by this line where we had the opposition of the sun and the moon. So pretty huge, okay? We have the sun in the 13th zodiac sign, which is the gate of God, and we have the moon in the gate of men, which is close to Orion. You can see here Rigel, the brightest star of Orion. And some of you, if you know a little bit about Orion, there's a lot of mind mastery. There's a lot of mind control. There's a lot of motivation, warlike, okay? But this line, also represented in the actual sky with the Milky Way, is that representation of your spiritual quest, your spiritual journey, your ascension process. And what I love here is that this full moon, we have the sun in the 3rd house, okay, which is the house of Gemini. And then we have the moon here in the 9th house, which is the house of Sagittarius, okay? Those are 2 archetypes, Gemini and Sagittarius, that are about communication, whether it is in a smaller group or things that are known to you or that expand you. So we are being called to expand our understanding of what we are. We are spiritual beings in a human vessel. Okay, so you're having a human experience as an extension of Source, an extension of God. And this activation is super strong, opening up those gateways. Okay, so I felt that I wanted to have the background here to talk about this topic. Do we have people here that have ever heard of this concept? I'm sure you guys, you can go and search about the gates of men and the gates of God and see what you can find. That's something that I always kind of like to give to people. You know, if you're curious about a topic, you have to do your own research and see what you find. I've been studying this concept for years now, not really sharing about it, but now is the time because you could see it. It's there. I could not escape it. It was like, Audrey, this is the time. This is the gateway to have people have this awareness that cosmically we are entering, and this is why we have this whole shift. You know, I did a video about Pluto going into Aquarius / Capricorn. By the way, I want to give a little bit of detail that I forgot in that video. Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is the star card. Okay, we're seeing all those drone things going on. Wow, the stars. That's supposedly invasion. Okay. So yeah. And on the other side, we have Capricorn with the Devil card. Okay. Some of you, if you want to review that astrology live talk, you can go and check it out. Okay. I give some more details about the integration of the different astrology systems. But here with this full moon, what I love, it is more intimate also into how it affects you. It affects your understanding of your life, of your purpose. You know, we have in this full moon activation something that I love. It's a sacred geometry I love that is called a kite. It's a grand trine, and then you have a protective shield that adds it. It's like a little thing that you can spin, a little bit like, I don't know what they call it, that's a little toy, like Inception. Okay, and it's aiming at Mars in retrograde. Now, Mars is the Tower card. It's acting with your nervous system. So what's happening here is that we have a strong activation of the nervous system, and on the opposite we have Venus. So masculine, feminine. So nervous system activated with the heart, with here Pluto activation. So strong energy of polarity that we're trying to integrate. So we're receiving new ways to integrate how we perceive ourselves, how we're going to move forward with our lives. And with this cluster here, with Jupiter retrograde, Rigel, so Orion, okay, and the moon in the gate of men, when I tapped into this, Jupiter is the womb and the moon is the back of your third eye. So we're seeing how we're releasing some of the things, material attachment, the things that we used to think we really needed or that we were. The attachment of certain illusionary desires, okay, things that we thought we needed, okay, that we thought we were, thought we needed to succeed, thought needed to achieve anything, okay. So there's a lot here that is being sparked through the cosmos, especially within all of us, okay, what's available to me moving forward. Okay, so that's something I wanted to share as far as the concept of the gate of men and the gate of God. If you're referring to Western astrology, this just shifts pretty much almost a whole 30-degree sign. It's pretty much 28 degrees, okay? So that moves everything towards Gemini, towards the end of Gemini. And here, the sun moves it up towards the end of Sagittarius. And when I do my astrology forecast or when I help people read their chart, I integrate knowing that there's multi-aspect of this, okay? So it's a time for integration, not separation. When I was thinking about this and what's going on in terms of humanity, you know, it's like I was seeing that we're in a time of transition. And in the time of transition, the more we separate, the less we can move towards something new. We actually need to unite in order to find that transition together. Okay, so again, separation, we know it. Division, we know it. Is not going to help and support us to find solutions. And right now, this activation, I'm very, very hopeful and very grateful this is happening, because I do feel a lot of people are going to start feeling empowered into their own discernment, into their own heart, into what's possible for them, because you are part of God's source energy. Okay? So that's my message for everyone. Thank you so much for being part of this journey and spiritual quest with me. I will see you soon. Namaste.